welcome back to my channel. Welcome, I guess, to a Monday vlog. Doing this because the last video I done didn't download, so redoing it, which is just last night. I said go get a little bit of extra stuff to go for supper, so just talking about some of the updates and stuff that happened over the weekend. So I figured, well, since for some reason it didn't download, I'll go ahead and just do a new one for today. Now, one thing I was talking about, I did get the Volkswagen put back together. Even got the driving around. Don't know exactly what happened, but I'm gonna have to pull the inner fender on the driver's side off. It was catching on the tire, and already half of it got ate up. I don't know exactly how or what happened, so I'm gonna have to take it out, and I'll just have to replace it some other time. But it does look like may end up having to replace the thermostat, and I might have to replace the heater coil, but that depends on if my cousin's willing to put out the money or hand over a title to a certain vehicle that she's wanting to get rid of, because I'm willing to take the title off her hand on that car, and I mean, my price for doing the job would be twice of what she's trying to sell the car for. So she should be actually saving money by just handing it over. But first, before I completely 100% decide that the heater coil is bad, I am going to check and see if the vents, it's got holes in it. I'm pretty positive it does, because I can see all that stuff flopping out. And I don't know if y'all heard that. That is an eBay notification, because I have a butt ton of shipments coming in. 12 different orders. Half of them is for the truck alone. I think about half. Do got a few other things, stuff that I just like, and I had to buy a radiator from Mom's PT Cruiser, because my daddy just totally demolished that. Still haven't figured out how he done it. I know he went on a railroad track, and he said he must have been going way over the speed limit, which speed limit, way over the speed limit for the road, not for going just going over the railroad track, because it bent the air conditioner, the AC compressor, I should say, right up against the radiator, and just totally busted the radiator all the way across. Couldn't see the radiator way it's mounted to see exactly how bad a shape it is, but I can tell by the way it's pouring out. It's cracked pretty much all the way across the bottom. So I already got a radiator ordered, waiting on it to come in. It's supposed to come in Thursday. Kind of hoping it'll be here a few days earlier, at least one day earlier. Says it got get shipped the same day as the order, and I think it was like 30 minutes or an hour later it said it'd been shipped. Of course, it's saying been shipped, have a shipping tracking number is one thing. A lot of times when they have them like that, they are not actually picked up until the next business day anyway. But it was prepared. The shipments I got coming in is the exhaust system complete exhaust system for the C10. What I mean by the complete, headers, the new headers, the exhaust themselves, and mufflers, and Mode 2 sensors. Got everything figured out exactly what I needed. I just went ahead and I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and order it. Was just going to patch things together, and I was like, going this far, I got the extra money, I'm going to go ahead and do a complete system. Supposed to, the O2 sensor is supposed to come in on the 9th, but if I ain't mistaken, the headers and the exhaust pipes don't come until the 14th. I can't remember exactly what day it was for the mufflers. I think it was the 14th as well. And then I got a few little knickknacks just for me. I'm trying to think if there's something else I was ordered for the truck. I'm not quite sure. I may have. It was something when I got done with that. I was like, oh, I forgot to talk about that, which I think it was the O2 sensors, what I didn't talk about on that last video that didn't download. Now, working on the brakes on the C10, and didn't get completed putting together. There was well, I cleaned it up and painted the back plate, give it a nicer look. My rotors now, my hubs, my drums, they look really, really good. I'll get the words out right sooner or later. Now the brakes that was on there actually looked pretty good, but everything just looked so old, and I mean it had some nasty looking cobwebs even in there. So bad the spider died from it all. So I gave everything a good clean and replacing it with all new hardware. Springs and stuff like that, but I didn't get the new adjusters, which looks like I may end up having to buy new adjusters for both sides. If I'm doing one, I'm going to go ahead and do the other as well. Just trying to adjust a little bit, that way I can adjust it and then set the right tension to it, and then put the drum brakes back on, and then of course as I'm backing up, it'll readjust itself from there. But if it's locked up, it's not going to adjust, period. So I need to get that fixed. Really need to replace the immersion brake cable, but I've spent so much money on this here lately, I don't know how much, but I am replacing both wheel cylinders. Wheel cylinders, they look definitely like they're ready to be replaced. You can tell these are factory wheel bearing of it, wheel cylinder. Brake cylinders. The little rubber boots, gaskets, those were very, very dry rotted. So I went ahead and bought me 2 new ones for each side. Got the one on, I just hadn't done the other one. I did have to take it apart just so I could see how one piece went. I did take pictures before I disassembled, but didn't think to look to make sure which way I think it's the emergency brake section I had to go. I'm pretty positive it went to the back of it. The brake shoes wasn't positive, so I had to take the other one off so I can confirm what I thought, which I was corrected. that's the way it went. But it started getting a little dark. It looked like it was going to cloud. It was getting cloudy. It looked like it was going to rain. And sure enough, later on that night, it did rain. So I only got half the brakes put together, which it took me about 30 minutes of me sitting there scratching my head because on the new springs, the ones that locks the brakes in had two different colors. One was green and one was yellow, and two different sizes. And I was like, why did they give me two of this and two of that? So I was just sitting there scratching my head trying to figure out, before I put anything on there, did they give me the right parts? Then it finally dawned on me as I was kind of looking at it. On the back side, you got one that goes through the e-brake and the adjuster. So, like, okay, the smaller spring goes to the back and the bigger one will go in the front. That makes more sense now. So, finally figured that out, and by then it was already getting pretty late, so figured I'd call it a day. And since I got off to work at 3 o'clock today, I figured I'd rest a little bit and have enough time to get out there and finish it up. But now I don't know if I'll be able to because of the weather. Looks like it's going to rain again. I swore they was talking on the news that it's going to be clear. Then was going to have the front come through around midnight tonight. But it's been cloudy and kind of missed some rain on and off all day. So I don't know if I'll get that done today or not. I mean, I still gotta get things set up, do the other side, and then bleed the brakes anyway. So just having to work on that part. And plus I'm waiting on the parts coming in. Which I'll really be glad when the headers and stuff come in. Oh, I do remember one other thing I did order for the truck that I'm waiting on. Bought the EGR plug offs for the intake and the plug for the purge valve. Okay. Wondering why I'm doing stop and go. I'm behind a bus. They just dropped the last kids off on this road on their route, and then they went a little bit and just stopped. I have no clue why, because that's not a stop. There's no houses where it's stopping at. So I'm really confused on that part. And it's been a long time since I got behind the bus and got stuck, because we've been working these long hours. Don't have to worry about it in the mornings because it's still coming in at 6. You don't see the buses until around 6:37. And by then, well, I'm at work at 6. Actually, I get there about 25 minutes till. And set and wait, time me clock in, and then go to work. So that already, for now anyway, I don't have to worry about the bus. Which I pretty much figured out when I go in my regular time, what time to be able to miss it. Just been such a long time since I got off at 3 o'clock. It's kind of weird actually getting behind a bus. But usually if I get one behind one it's on that route. weight's not that heavy, but I think people are going a little too fast for the road conditions. Not raining right now, but the roads are still pretty wet, which will make them pretty slippery. Now, once I get the brakes done on the C10 and put the exhaust and stuff on, I'm pretty much done with the. Well, I will be done with the parts that'll make it up and go and stop. I'm gonna sit and figure out exactly how much it cost me for the swap. The only thing I'm not gonna add in is stuff like the brakes. Brakes and where I changed the seats, because that had nothing to do with getting it up and running. The brakes is just something that it's froze up, so I needed to redo. Which I still need to look into replacing the front. I think my rotors is still good, so I think all I need to do on that is just the pads. Excuse me. I'll inspect the calipers while I'm at it, but I'm pretty sure that those will be in good shape. It's just you got a lot of different parts in the drums that just prone to failure, and especially locked up if you got them set for a long time. Which calipers can be the same way, but you usually have less time, less problems. What I'm trying to say. But if looks like I need to replace it, then I will replace it. Or I may rebuild the calipers. Could have rebuilt the wheel cylinders, but it's better off just replace them. I've rebuilt a few and they never seem to last as long as just replace them. Plus these, like I said, these were look like they're factory. Although everything came loose pretty easy, so they might have been replaced, but if they have, it's been over 30 years since it's been replaced. Next thing I'll be worried about after that, be upgrading the brake systems on the car. Sorry, they're hooking up a trailer that's been sitting at the end of a driveway for a long time that's in a odd position. Anyway, I'll upgrade the brakes and the suspension, and as I'm doing that, I'll also be starting to work on replacing some of the body parts that's on the C10. Although some of the major stuff I'll probably be wait until springtime. I'll see what I can get here and there, but be really glad to get the truck up and actually driving. I did get the fiberglass I needed to actually repair the fan housing for the heater, so that's going to be interesting to do. It's going to be simple. It's just going to be a pain because I got to mess with fiberglass. Alright, y'all need to slow it down. There's going to be a tight squeeze for y'all big trucks. Looks like it's going to rain some more here pretty soon. running out of stuff to talk about, and I still got a little ways to go. So, now it looks like all the stop and goes is making my video just a little bit longer than what I was expecting it. It usually takes me around 21 minutes to get home when I'm doing the recording, and I'm about to hit the 21 mark right now. Thing I guess I could talk about is a tool that I've been trying to find, because I want to get a hold of, actually I want to get a hold of a couple, but at least one for right now, and that's a Cordis Impact. Got a few picked out. Where the price range I'm looking for. The brand that I want, have got a couple auctions on that's used. We'll see how those go. And hopefully maybe, because some of the tools right now are on sale. I've seen a lot of them up there at Home Depot that have picked out. The brands that I have picked out is not on sale right now, but they could end up being on sale sooner or later, so I might hold off until after Christmas. But if I can get a good deal on one before then, I will get one and have it for my toolbox. Speaking of another thing, I still want to get me a bigger toolbox. Home Depot actually has one that'd be like a good toolbox and a workbench together. That's the way it's built. Very, very, very good price. I don't have the space to put one at the house, but I do got a place I could put it. But now they got a bigger toolbox. Don't quite have the money for it, but it's at a really, really good price. And it's a lot bigger than what I need, or I have space for. But it is one that can hold all my tools and then some. If I have to, I guess I can break down and keep in the storage unit. I just have to drive back and forth when I need certain tools. Which I am looking for a smaller one that'll actually be able to hold my smaller tools. Like I have a tool bag, and I want one that's gonna be where it's not as cluttered as that one gets. Whether it be a hard one or what, I haven't made up my mind. I want to get it where I can either carry it back and forth from the car or the truck. Pretty much going to designate me some type of toolbox with just small tools that's going to be designated just for the car. The truck I wouldn't have no problem, because I'm planning on putting a big toolbox in the back, and that'll hold my majority of my tools. And then I'll also have another toolbox that I'll be able to take in and out, especially like if I go to some Savage Yard, like my local one, or even Boulevards. And I want to get me one of those cherry picker hoists that goes in the back of the bed. That way, if I go pick up the transmission or motor or anything like that, just pick it up and then swing it right into my bed and set it down. And then getting it out would be just as easy. Harbor Freight's got those in a pretty good price. So planning on get one, but first I gotta decide what I'm gonna do on the bed for now. And which I'm already planning on getting the toolbox, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the camper shell that is on the truck. that's just a few things that I got to think about in the next few weeks, months, and well, definitely months. But definitely want to get the truck up and going, because I gotta haul some stuff off that's in the back of this truck. Storage unit, some goes storage unit, a lot of it's gonna go to the landfill. Then I got some scrap metal I need to go haul off as well. So anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And look at this, I ain't shutting off this time.